3 months after the West Highland Way, and we're back out again. Tour of the Lake District this time. I can't remember how long it is, 90 miles? Circular from Ambleside. So we've left Ambleside, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and heading towards Coniston, and we'll see what time we get there. Push on from Coniston, find somewhere to camp for tonight, and we're underway. Good to be out again. Well, I'll be going an hour and 3/4, and I'm just heading to pick up the Cumbria Way. I've decided to cut off a couple of early loops, the Tour of the Lake District loops around Loughborough Tarn and then into Ailsa Water. But I want to try and make a bit of progress today because I set off quite a bit later than I probably should have done, setting off at 2. I want to get beyond Walnaskar Road and sort of down off the tops. It's going to be a bit windy tonight, I think. So to make a bit of time, I thought I'd just kind of create my own route a bit at the start. So I'm going to head down to Tarn House now, and then off into Coniston. So that flat looking bit of road is the beginning of the very, very steep climb out of Coniston. It's 6 o'clock and a quick 20-minute, half an hour pit stop at the Black Bull. Just got a pint of Coke and a bag of crisps, and just giving my legs a break, aired my feet, much to the delight of everyone else, I'm sure. And I'm now heading up to the highest point on today's walk, over the top of Walnaskar Road, and once I get over the top, looking for someone to stay there someone to spend the night. That's Blind Tarn up there. Can't quite see the tarn, which is why it's called Blind Tarn. It's where I camped 2 years ago. It's 7 o'clock. I just topped up with water for the last time, so I've got late now, which is enough for an evening meal. And good morning. Wind's picked up a lot. Luckily it's warm. Yeah, it's warm, so it's not too much of a wind chill. Got the final push up to the summit of Walnaskar Road to come, and then once I get over the top, it's a case of finding the first sheltered spot, which I suspect will take a little while because I'm going to have to lose quite a bit of height before I can find somewhere sheltered, particularly as the wind's coming head on. But it's going well. So we've dropped quite a lot lower now, down in the valley towards, I think it's Stonethwaite, this village is called down here. And as soon as we came over the top, the wind just died down. So I come down that path there from the top of Walnaskar Road, and then there's this old abandoned quarry, which is sooner in the walk than I was going to stop. Gives me more miles tomorrow, but it is 8 o'clock, and you don't want to pass up a good camp spot. Now, the only slight problem is whether I can get pegs in, and I've just seen down here. Now, either that means that someone's camped here before, or it means they couldn't get the pegs in. Let's have a go, see what we can do. Okay, so far so good. I managed to get all 4 corner pegs in, and I need to show you my new bit of equipment for this trip. Here are my 2 gram Nordisk titanium pins. These are for the doors, they're not for anything that's going to need to be held in particularly tightly. I like these. I'm going for the BRS stove this time, super lightweight, but it sounds like a jet about to take off. And it's not very good in the wind. And you have to carry a lighter with you. All in all, I'll probably go back to the Windmaster. Well, that is the view at 5:15. Cloudy, but it's starting to lift. It's going to be a wet one today. There's heavy downpours this afternoon and thundery showers as well, so need to get moving. Heading down to Seathwaite now. One of the Seathwaits, not the Seathwaite in Borrowdale. And it's 6 o'clock, or 6:10, 7:06. And heading over to Eskdale. That is our sort of next stop, if you like. Where there may be a cafe open, although it's Tuesday, maybe not. And then from Eskdale over, I think it's Urton Fell, it's called, to Wasdale. Right then, clouds lifting, and it is a lovely cool morning. And on we go. So I'm trying these on this trip. Energy bars, well no, meal bars actually. It's a 600 calorie bar in, I think it's 150 grams, 600 calories, and it is nutritionally balanced, so it's a complete meal replacement. This one is a double espresso and hazelnut, so this is going to be my breakfast today. I had a blueberry and almond one yesterday, which was absolutely delicious. And that's what they look like opened. So kind of squidgy. Very tasty. Well, let's see if this one is. Oh. Double espresso and hazelnut it is. Very nice. It's 10:30 and walking down towards Eskdale Green. It's a lovely river walk. The first section, or sort of the second section of the day, over through Hardknott Forest wasn't much fun. It was very, very marshy and a lot of horseflies, moochies. You couldn't stop for a second. But since coming back down the valley, it was also quite difficult route finding as well over the top. So I think I'd recommend, if you were going to do this walk, or if I was going to do it again, I'd probably do the Hardknott alternative for this day. I don't know if that's any better, but it certainly wasn't that easy. Midday, Miterdale Forest. Climbing up out of Eskdale and going over Ettenfell shortly, down to Nether Wasdale and then up the road to Wasdale Head. Giving Pennine Way vibes. What a view. Looking up the very beginning of Wastwater. So I managed to get some reception, so double checked or rechecked the forecast, and although it's not raining yet, it is still forecast for heavy rain later on. So there's going to be heavy rain and thundery showers from and like continuous heavy rain according to the forecast at Wasdale Head and at Buttermere from I think about 2 or 3 o'clock through to about 7, which would probably be the time that I'd be going over Blacksail and Scarth Gap Pass, you know, which is fine, but it's not the most enjoyable. So I'm going to literally take a rain check when I get to Wasdale Head. I'm going to stop there for, not even treat myself to a beer, and if the weather looks horrific, then it's £6 to camp at Wasdale. So I'll probably just pop the tent up and have a chilled afternoon. Wastwater screes are quite something. Technically there's a footpath along the base of that. Not sure it's incredibly walkable. Well, it's 2 o'clock and I'm thoroughly enjoying this bit of the walk along the side of the water through the woodland. The next bit is all road walking up to Wasdale Head, and more and more I'm thinking, I think just regardless, I think I'm going to stop there even if the weather seems okay. I'm going to get there pretty early, about probably, that was 3-4 o'clock. Which I suppose isn't that early, especially since I've been walking since 6. So my point is that there is still time to do the final 7 miles through to Buttermere. But as Eddie used to say, and I'm sure still does say, just because you can doesn't mean you should. So if I stop at Wasdale, I think I'm going to reroute this entire tour of the Lake District and turn it into my tour of the Lake District, or rather my tour of the Southern Lake District, and plot a route from Wasdale back to Ambleside, maybe taking in Bow Fell and Crinkle Crags, Pike of Blisco, maybe Great Gable and down to Seatoller and the Langstrath, which is somewhere I was looking forward to visiting. I don't know. Get the map out, have a look at the forecast. I think that's probably the key thing. And tomorrow's planning can wait a few hours. Well, rain's eased off a little bit, but yeah, this is definitely the wet time of the day has finally arrived. Another half an hour, 40, yeah, probably half an hour, I think. You can see with the Wasdale head in. So I'll get in, get dry, have a coffee, and make some plans.
Well, the rain's actually eased up a little bit, but here I am in the tent at Wasdale Head campsite. So I decided to end the walk here, partly because of the weather, and also just mainly actually because I had enough walking today. My legs were a bit achy, I was a bit tired. I had time to keep going, but they would have been pushing it. I didn't really fancy it, and particularly given the weather. But even if the weather hadn't been like this, I think I probably still would have stopped anyway. So I'm just having a look at what to do tomorrow. I still haven't decided for sure, but I have just plotted a route and kind of follows the idea of the Chiltern Lake District, going from valley to valley. So what I might be doing tomorrow is going via Styhead Tarn down, so up from Wasdale, Styhead Tarn, then down to Borrowdale to the Langstrath, and then following the coast to coast over to Grasmere, and then Grasmere down to Ambleside. It's still quite a hefty route, it's about 18 miles, so yeah, it's going to take me the full day. But then that'll be the end of the route, so I'll be back to Ambleside, and that'll just be a 3-day sort of circular around the Southern Fells. So at the moment, that's what the plan is. I'll have another look at the maps. I'm going to wait for a break in the rain and go into the bar and sit and have a think.
O'clock start today. Pretty good night's sleep, to be honest. I've been sleeping on the Uberlite Short, which is my third warranty replacement. I think I finally sussed how to stop it bursting, which is to considerably underinflate it. And actually it does make it more comfy as well, so finally lesson learned. So yeah, it's my least comfy probably of my mattresses. But by far my lightest. It's like 160 grams or something. So I thought I'd give it a go on this walk, and yeah, it's been fine. So yes, I slept pretty well. Not too achy. Woke up at about 5, 6 o'clock, something like that. A bit of a slow start, and looking to do about 18 miles today. So with the cloudy skies around us, we're going to head up into the cloud to Styhead and then down into Borrowdale, and maybe see if there's some sort of coffee somewhere, maybe the White Jay, we'll see. 8:30, hour and a half in, and here we are at the Styhead Tarn stretcher box. And in front of me is Styhead Tarn on the route down to Borrowdale. There are a couple of wild campers there. Nice little spot. Somewhere that I can, in fact my first ever wild camp was up here with Ali 23 years ago. We were on our way up to climb Scarfell Pike, and we camped up here and then walked up the corridor route the next day and down Mickledore, which is not for the faint-hearted. Borrowdale. I think this is my favourite part of the Lake District. This is one of my favourite places in the world. Absolutely love being here. There's just something about the atmosphere of it. I don't know. It just feels right. So walking up along we're on the coast to coast route now, towards the Longthwaite YHA. Borrowdale YHA, I'm not sure the name of it, but the YHA, which I think if I'd been here 2 hours ago, I might have had a chance of getting some breakfast, but it's 10:30, and if they have any sense, they'll have shut the kitchen and shut the YHA up by now, shoot everybody out. But hopefully somewhere there'll be a chance of a coffee. Although even as I'm saying that out loud, lovely though Borrowdale is, replete with cafes, it is not. Well, it was a long shot, but definitely no chance of any food or drink from the hostel. Just as you come into Rosthwaite on the coast to coast route, there is a lovely little cafe. It's called something like the Walker's Rest Stop, something like that. Nice little garden. Go sit in, have a coffee. Usual sort of stuff, toasties, bacon rolls, that sort of thing. Nothing vegan, unfortunately, apart from soup, which is fine. But not really in a soup sort of mood at the moment, so I just had a coffee, got a can of Coke, and heading down to, I was going to say to join the Cumbria Way. We would briefly leave the Cumbria Way and the coast to coast join up together. But yeah, this is coast to coast now for most of the rest of the day. Greenup Edge, just at the bottom of the clouds, or the clouds are just at the top of Greenup Edge, so you can just see the ridge line, and well, yeah, it looks quite a pull. 600 metres high. I'm guessing we're not starting too high from the valley floor. It's going to take a little while, but I've been climbing Greenup Edge for an hour now. It looks like we've got the steepest bit to come, which doesn't look very steep at all on this camera. So, I reckon we're nearly there. Quite a few showers coming through, a bit blustery, and I will take this all the time over hot sunshine. So, on we go to the top of Greenup Edge. Still isn't quite the top, but that must be. this section from Greenock Edge down to Grasmere is just lovely, really nice. I think the high level route is good as well, and next time I'm doing this, maybe have a look at doing that. It's nice to be out of the wind actually, it was getting really cold on top. I could have done with a pair of gloves. But nice and calm again now, and there's about 3 or 4 hours left to go. Half a mile from Grasmere. It is 3:30, so 4.5 hours since setting off from my coffee stop in Rosthwaite. Right, so this is Grasmere, and as I said, I'm pretty sure this is where the walk's going to end. So that's pretty much it for this year. I've got a week at the end of October, and if there's decent weather, then maybe try and do something then. Probably not the coast to coast, definitely won't be able to do that in a week. Maybe with leaving away, who knows. See you later.